Davey, I'm awesome.
And I'm James, the new and better Film Bestie.
And this is...
What the hell is this? Who's he?
My name's Billy.
Josh. You knew this had to happen someday.
I thought you were talking about that other thing.
No. Okay, he is my son. He's 13. It's time.
I watched Samurai Cop.
Sit down. Look, Josh. You and I, we had a good run. But he's here all the time. He lives here.
But I helped you get 400 viewers.
And I watched number 2.
Shut up.
And I appreciate that, Josh. But things change.
Do they?
Yes. And one thing that's changing right now is that. He's in. You're out.
This whole thing took us like 7 takes. I stood with you the whole time. Will he?
Yeah, he kind of has to.
I got you a Happy Meal.
Maybe next year, James.
But I watched Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Do you like fun and adventure? Then sit back and enjoy the Brothers Not Lovers as they discuss all things movies. What's overrated or underrated? What makes you go really? Or how dare you? Or even just simply how funny this movie can be. You have the insightful, intuitive Davey, who is awesome. And you have the film bestie, Josh. He's there.
Hi, I'm Davey. I'm awesome. And this is Josh, the film.
I'm Jason, and I'm going to catch you.
That's a Mandalorian helmet.
I didn't have a hockey mask. But I got a knife, and I'm dangerous with it.
It's a butter knife.
I didn't have a machete.
Dude, we have had literally almost a year since the last Friday the 13th for you to get a Jason mask and a knife, and this is... Take it off!
I can't breathe in this thing anyway. And I'm sorry, but I spent my money on Brazzers.
I believe that. And it's Friday the 13th, which means the next Friday the 13th movie review. You picked last time, this time it's my turn.
Dude.
What?
Come on, man. It's my birthday. On the day of my birthday, you have to grant me this favor. Even though I've never had you over at my house for a cannoli or a porno.
You ever even had a cannoli? They're delicious. Fine. You get to pick.
Oh, let's do number 8.
That was the first one we did.
Okay, we did number 8. Oh, let's do number 7.
We did that last time.
Fine, let's start with the first one.
We did that before the last time.
Fine, let me go in my mind which one had the most talent. Number 4.
Okay.
Corey Feldman was in that one.
Yes, okay. And Crispin Glover. Consider this your birthday present.
Oh, this birthday present sucks.
This one came out in 1984. And it was directed by Joseph Zito. Written by Andy Cohen and Bruce Hidemi Sacco. Produced by Frank Mancuso Jr. Made by Friday 4 Inc. And distributed by Paramount Pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
Dude, there's like a whole bunch after this.
I know. The movie opens with a recap of the first 3 movies, especially considering that the second, third, and this one are all supposedly taking place within the same 5 days. This is also the last in the entire series where it picks up immediately after the last movie. After the recap, we see the police and everyone else cleaning up after the massacre that happened at the end of the third movie.
All dead. Some emergency.
Yeah, that's when they should have told him, hey, they're dead, take your time.
Seriously, it's not like they were going anywhere. But this time they believe it's all over.
This time they got him.
Really? Think it's over? He'll be hit back to wreak some havoc, so buckle up, buckaroos.
Once they get Jason to the morgue, really, I get you're a corner, I get you see dead people all the time, but you're really going to rest your sandwich on a dead body?
Explains the mustard stain on Mom's coffin.
Mom was cremated.
That just raises further questions.
Later, that coroner is now feeling a little peckish. He's about to get it on with one of the nurses.
Jesus Christmas!
I don't know what's weirder about this situation. The fact that he was about to have sex next to a dead body, or the fact that he said Jesus Christmas. That's not the way you say that.
That must be nuts!
Come on over to my place, baby. A lot less dead bodies around there.
You mean there's no dead bodies around there, right?
Hey, get on with the thing.
She leaves and Jason decides to confront the coroner. What a hack.
I don't know. Looks like a saw to me.
Thank you. Then he goes to see the nurse. Hello, nurse! Then after this, we are introduced to a family that lives around Crystal Lake. There's Tommy, played by a very young Corey Feldman, and his sister Trish, and his mother. After this, we see a carload full of teens. One of them, Jimmy, is played by Crispin Glover. This was about a year before he became famous doing Back to the Future.
Hey, is this the movie where he looks at Jason and goes, "Hey, you, get your damn hands off her"?
No.
Oh, okay, I like that movie.
They're all heading to spend the weekend at Crystal Lake.
Why?
I don't know. I figure if I heard on the news or something that there was a massacre going on all week, I'd be like, you know what, we can go somewhere else. Like, I mean, it's New Jersey. They could just go to a lake in New York.
Yeah, well, that won't happen for like 4 more movies, but Jason will still get them.
Well, unless they're in a crowd in the middle of the street, then he'll just show him his face and walk away.
Are we really doing this?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Does it make you angry?
Yes.
That's good enough reason for me. Then we see a hippie hitchhiker eating a banana. Jason likes apples. Later, the teens arrive at a cabin next door to the Jarvis family. Tommy is freaking out because right outside his window, he can see Samantha, played by Judy Aronson. Sorry, honey. She is undressing.
Holy crap. That's the guy from Goonies.
Yes. And that's the girl from Weird Science.
I've never seen her boobs in anything else, so I wouldn't know.
I will say, though, these movies lie too much. You always see these movies where there's some hot girl undressing in front of a window. We moved a lot of different places, had a lot of different neighbors, and the only time I ever saw one of them undressing in a window, it was not a young, attractive Judy Aronson. It was an old lady. Very unattractive.
Her bush looked like the Great Depression.
The next morning, the teens bump into a couple of locals, who are locals even though they're British. Twins, Tina and Terry. Tina, played by Carmilla Moore, originally auditioned to be Samantha, but when the casting director read her resume, found out she had a twin sister, asked if she could get her twin sister to be in this movie, and they would write them in.
Yeah. Here you go.
I can't really say much about that. I've never understood the whole twins fantasy.
Dude, there's 2 of them.
I get that, but everybody always wanting to get it on with twins. That's her sister. That's incest. That's gross.
Double mint, dude. Double mint.
Yeah, I want double mint gum. I don't want 2 sisters doing it in front of me. That's gross.
Something's really wrong with you.
Because I don't like incest.
They don't have to do anything to each other. Just do it to me at the same time. Maybe give each other a little kiss on the cheek occasionally.
Josh, I think you'd settle for them patting you on the shoulder.
As long as it's for two Mississippis.
The twins lead them to the lake, and since the twins are the only ones that were actually wearing suits, they and everybody else decide to go skinny dipping.
Are we going to show this? Are we going to show this?
Dude, you know I can't.
Just give me 5 minutes alone. 1 minute. 30 seconds?
10 seconds.
I didn't even eat the whole 10.
The worst thing about this scene to me is thinking about them all in that water. This was filmed in the middle of December. That water would have been like ice.
Good God. At least they were in California.
Sure, it's not as cold as it would have been in New Jersey where the original one was filmed, but still, directors, when you're going to do like movies where they have to get into a lake or an ocean, can't you ever film them in June? Trish and Tommy are driving until the car breaks down and Tommy gets out to try to fix it.
Hi, Rob Dyer.
That's Rob, a drifter. He helps them get the car started.
You need a lift?
Picking up a stranger, I see. You're just asking to be murdered.
Yeah, but she's the only girl in here that keeps her clothes on the entire movie.
Oh, she's safe.
Yeah. They give Rob a lift as far as their home. And even though he says he needs to be moving on, they insist he comes inside.
Come on, I got something real neat to show you at my bedroom.
Tommy! Did nobody ever teach you about stranger danger?
Ah! It's the guy from Lost Boys.
In Tommy's room, he shows him his collection of masks and props that he made himself. In the original script, Tommy was going to be into making gadgets and stuff, but they realized that those props would have been a lot more expensive than these masks and stuff, so they went with this. Back at the teens, Jimmy asks one of the twins to dance. Just so you know, that wasn't choreographed. That was all Crispin Glover.
They don't say.
He just went out there and danced naturally.
Natural? That's natural?
For him.
Alright.
Then again, is it really that surprising that Willard dances like that?
We dance way better than that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, how come you turned that off?
For your own good. Eventually, one of the twins,
Which one?
hell if I know, starts flirting with Paul, Samantha's man.
Actually, I was thinking about taking a little swim.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Samantha. It is December. As Samantha is getting ready to go swimming,
I know you're out there, Polly.
He's not Samantha. He's not.
when Paul doesn't show up, she just goes swimming.
Yeah, she does. Hey, look. She's naked. She ain't wearing any clothes, too.
She swims out to a raft in the middle of the lake. Too bad Joe Armstrong wasn't there.
Son of a bitch! He killed the hottest one.
She was already dead. They're all dead. The moment they took their clothes off. They just don't know it yet. Paul finally realizes that this might anger his girlfriend, so he decides to go out and meet her in the lake. He swims away. Oh, the nards!
That's what he gets. If he had gone there in the first place, he would have died first. She would have swam away. Swam far, far away.
Yeah, apparently she could have swam all the way to Manhattan.
Shut up!
Back at the house, one of the twins, Terry, wants to leave, but Tina is busy.
Tina, I'm gonna leave without you.
Take an umbrella.
Oh, that is so unjustified. She's about to die, and her last time on Earth was a guy who's just a dead...
No! Frick. Dead frick.
It rhymes with duh.
But then again, she saw how he danced. If that didn't deter her from sleeping with him, this is on her. As Terry is leaving...
Oh, come on, that's not fair. The other one's the one having sex.
But she did go skinny dipping.
Yeah, she had it coming.
Back at the Jarvis house, their mother is looking for the kids that are not there. There was a deleted scene that showed her being killed, but they cut it out of the finished product. So up until the 6th movie, it's just implied. In the 6th movie, they mentioned that Tommy's mother was murdered.
I thought this was the final chapter.
Everybody thought that. About a minute later...
Mom, we're home!
Yeah, get out of there. Get your family out of there now. You gotta flee! Flee or you're all gonna die! Hell, he wasn't licensed to drive.
Because they can't find their mother, they're getting nervous.
I'll go! Stay here and fix the lights.
Normally that would be a good idea, but under the circumstances, no. While she goes out looking, Trish stumbles upon Rob, who almost stabs her thinking she's danger.
Oh, God. It's not gonna turn out that he's the killer, right? Or that the killer is somebody pretending to be Jason.
No. They wouldn't do that.
Oh, you're right. They wouldn't.
Back to the teens. Turns out he kisses like he dances.
Oh, he is so gonna die.
He goes downstairs to get some wine.
Ted, where the hell's corkscrew?
There it is.
Oh, he also got you a cleaver.
Now to Tina. You were already in the house. Why didn't you just go upstairs and do that? Why did you have to get out of the house and climb up the wall? Whatever.
He's an artist. Don't question his logic.
Is there any of that? Okay, so now you gotta pay for the window, you gotta pay for the car. Next, we find out that Rob is there because he is hunting Jason. He's hunting Jason because, as we find out, Sandra from the second movie is his sister. And he found out that Jason's body had went missing from the morgue.
2 people at the hospital are missing. Coincidence?
It's not a coincidence.
It's a sequel.
Jason goes to the pothead, who's watching porn with a teddy bear.
What's wrong with that?
With a teddy bear? Do you watch porn with your teddy bears?
No. With my Undertaker action figure. Looks like Jason got head.
He took a stab at it.
The last American Virgin's got a headache.
He made a point.
Now his mind is sharp.
2 teens, Doug and Sarah, are showering together.
They're naked. Nice.
Sounds like steam escaping. Sarah gets out, and Doug finishes his shower.
Dude, need those shower stickers. The ducks, the penguins, anything. You're gonna fall.
Sarah comes back. The moral of this story: the shower needs traction. Sarah runs. He had to ask her a question.
No.
You know what? At least I tried. You just sit there on your ass and let me do all the work. Rob and Trish get back to Tommy.
What happened?
Where's Mom? Is she back?
No, not yet.
Well, Tommy, you're not going to get this confirmed until the 6th movie, but your mom's dead. The phone is dead, so Rob decides that he and Trish should go next door to the teens and look for Jason. He even brings a knife.
Man brought a knife to a Jason fight.
Kind of deserves to die. And eventually he finds Jason. He's what?
He's clipping you?
He's spilling you? One more time. Oh, killing. Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah. Trish gets back to her home, and her and Tommy lock the doors and windows. Hey, Rob's back. He just threw somebody through the window. Why didn't you move away from the window? They need to get away. Jason's after them, so they decide to go upstairs.
You know, this is what gets to me about these friggin' movies. They always go upstairs.
Every time.
Every freaking time. Well, what are you gonna achieve? You're trapped up there. A dangerous psycho is coming after you. I just can't even. Don't go up the stairs.
But Trish is prepared.
Aw. Now they're not gonna get to watch The Burbs.
Trish takes this moment to run downstairs because, of course, Jason's not dead.
Oh, good. She finally went downstairs. Did something smart for once.
Except she runs across the street into the neighbor's house and runs up their stairs. Of course, she is trapped. She's upstairs, so she crashes through the window and all the way to the ground.
Well, wouldn't have happened if you were already on the ground.
Miraculously, though, she's alright. Even though that earlier killed Tina. But okay. She gets up, she runs back to her house and over to Tommy. While Tommy is shaving his head.
Why?
He has a plan.
To dream a little dream?
Remember me, Jason?
His plan was to make himself look like a young Jason.
So, going the copycat route, huh? Why can't you be yourself, man? Be who you truly are. Stand by me and be who you are, Teddy Duchamp.
And while he's distracted, we see his face!
That never happens! Well, you know, except in every movie.
Yeah, not everyone. But at least us seeing his face means the movie's almost over. While he's going after Trish for ruining his sweet mask. Not just that.
Oh, he's so angry. Probably because he's bald. You know what? And hungry. Get him a Snickers.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. But now Jason is dead.
Ish.
More dead than he already was. And we fast forward to Trish in the hospital, getting a visit from her brother. So there you have it. That's Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter.
The last in the series.
No, actually, technically it wasn't even the middle. The next one would be the one that was in the middle. They called it the final chapter because this was supposed to be the last one. They called it the final chapter because they were under the impression that slasher movies were on the decline. That they were actually going to be a thing of the past in about a year or so after this. Turns out they were wrong about that.
Dead wrong.
Slashers are still a thing. Nowadays they're usually kind of cheesy and redundant, but they're still a thing. It was not only that, but the producer, Frank Mancuso Jr., he was embarrassed by his involvement with the second and third movie, so he was hoping that this would be the last one. I don't see what's to be embarrassed about. You made a lot of money.
Yeah.
The first day of filming was on Halloween in 1983. Corey Feldman was a little boy, so, to be nice, Kimberly Beck, who played Trish, and Eric Anderson, who played Rob, they took him trick-or-treating that night.
Yay.
Yeah. Nice little story for Corey Feldman. I wonder what he dressed up as. I understand there's hardships to being a child actor, but how awesome would that be on Halloween that you have a props department you could go to at any point to make your costume?
I'll bet he dressed up like Michael Jackson.
Probably. The original idea for the movie was actually supposed to be a prequel where we see Pamela Voorhees in a custody battle with Jason's father that eventually ended in her killing Jason's father, but it was deemed too dark. I like this movie. This is one of my favorite in the series, but that might have been interesting.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be until a couple movies later that Kane Hodder started playing Jason, who would be known as the most known Jason. This one, it was played by Ted White, who did not get along with the director Joseph Zito at all, especially when he decided to stand up for Judy Aronson. Like I talked about during the review, most of the lake scenes were filmed in the middle of December. It was freezing cold, and she was in that freezing cold water in December at night, and Joseph Zito was refusing to let her get out of the water and warm up in between takes, to the point that Ted White threatened to not only quit, but physically assault Joseph Zito if he didn't let her get out and warm up. Either way, she still ended up getting hypothermia. Not only that, though, but Ted White didn't get along with Corey Feldman either. Said he was a brat on set. Later years, he took it back, saying he realizes that he was probably a brat because it turned out that Joseph Zito was kind of hard on Corey Feldman, too. And he was a little boy. But said during it he was a brat, and even called him a brat right before the scene where he crashed through the window and grabbed him to get a better reaction out of him. Anyway, despite the a-hole director, this one, like I said, was one of the best of the series. I don't know if I want to say that they should have ended it here, because they made some good sequels after. The 6th one wasn't bad. 7th one was pretty good.
The 8th one was the best.
I wouldn't go there, but Jason Goes to Hell wasn't very good, but Jason X was so bad it was great.
Oh, yeah.
We got some good sequels out of it. But it is one thing that I think is funny is in slasher film series, every time they say final or end or whatever, you can pretty much guarantee that that's not going to be the last one.
But we forgive them when they put boobs in them.
No, I forgive them if they make a good one after.
That too.
Because ultimately, I will say, the next one they made, when they tried to revamp it with a fake Jason, if they didn't eventually make more better ones, I wouldn't have forgiven them for that.
It was the Halloween 3 of the Friday the 13th franchise.
Right, which all you hipsters can sit there and try and defend it all you want. It sucked. But ultimately, like I said, this one was good. It launched a couple of careers. Corey Feldman, he would later go on to do some iconic movies. Stand By Me, Lost Boys, Goonies.
The hell else did he do?
He had a talk line with Corey Haim where you could pay 99 cents a minute to talk to Corey or Corey.
Yeah, we spent like $300 on that when we were kids.
Sorry, Dad. It also helped launch the career of Crispin Glover, which I think is funny that for so many years they thought the weird dancing and stuff, they thought that was the director wanting him to play weird. That was all Crispin Glover. Apparently, one thing that's universal about everybody who's worked with him, whether they like him or hate him, they all agree, he's weird.
It's fun being weird.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
should try it sometime.
If for some reason you have somehow not seen Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, then this is one of the ones that I really recommend you see. Not just to see the series, but because it's actually a very good movie.
And it's not truly the final chapter, remember that.
So there you have it. That's our Friday the 13th movie review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications for when I post new videos, and leave a comment we can respond to in our next comment corner. Tell us what you thought of Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Tell us which of the series was your favorite. Tell us if you're anticipating the next remake. Love you guys.